Burning Crusade Classic DPS Rankings. Disclaimers about this list. How the tables have turned. How the tables have turned. Let me read what it says. What does it say about warriors? Oh, are you fucking kidding me? DPS warriors truly fall from grace from Classic, finding themselves in a much lower demand than Burning Crusade Classic. You'll no longer see raids stacked with DPS warriors. Instead, your raid is likely only going to have room for 1 or 2 at most. You'll no longer see raids stacked with DPS warriors. Oh man, this is so fucking... Oh, what the fuck, man. Fury warriors are simply damage dealers. Oh, who the fuck wrote this? Fury warriors are simply damage dealers who don't bring any raid debuffs or any sort of exceptional raid utility that would incentivize raids to bring them, which puts them at an undesirable position. Yeah, Mcconnell wrote this article, obviously. Can I watch some kill videos and see if there's any warriors that are popping off? What is this here? Dispelling the myth of high-end TBC warriors.
Okay, Fury warrior in TBC. I keep hearing on the internet, online in videos, Fury warrior is suddenly just going to be a garbage spec.
All right. We're gonna watch this video. This is a great video. I can already tell it's a great video. Dispelling the myth of TBC Fury warrior.
Okay, Fury warrior in TBC.
Yeah.
I keep hearing on the internet, online in videos, Fury warrior is suddenly just going to be a garbage spec.
Mm-hmm.
This couldn't
Not
be
true.
further from the truth.
True. Yep.
In 2008, a Fury warrior
Mm-hmm.
was a big dick DPS class.
True.
Pretty much every guild back then, prior to Sunwell, was running a Fury warrior.
At
Some
least-
guilds
at
were
least
running
one.
multiple Fury warriors.
Smart guilds.
You're talking about a spec that's probably the best cleave spec in the game.
True.
With incredible burst
Absolutely.
using recklessness.
Yes.
Is the strongest single target melee spec for a significant chunk of the content.
Yeah.
And Fury also has by far the best AoE of any of the melee specs. And pretty much in general, other than warlocks and mages.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So there's rogues. They've got the undeniable advantage of being able to drop threat, but Fury warriors are still pretty competitive with rogues on single target for the entire expansion. So we all know the meta in Sunwell was to bring an arms warrior rather than a Fury warrior.
Yes.
Arms warrior brought Blood Frenzy, which is 4% physical damage
But
debuff,
Fury, you should bring Fury too.
and that would boost the hunters, the rogues, and the tank threat. But the offset was the arms warrior did a lot less DPS than a Fury warrior. So you'd have to have enough physical damage in the raid to make up for the loss. And
Okay.
typically that did work out, but it was still a close margin. If you had a Fury warrior...
I've heard that there's a lot of guilds now. What they're planning on doing is like running all physical damage or all magic damage. So like you don't have, you're not going to have the mix of the two like we used to have. Now, I don't know if that's going to happen, but that's what I'm hearing about a lot. Now, here's my idea. I am going to do all magic damage raids with my warrior, and then I get all the gear. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? You like that idea? Yeah, so we do all like only mages and only warlocks, right? And then I get all the gear, and it's so good.
Dual warglaives, you'd probably just take Fury warrior. I mean, it's not like a big deal.
Yeah.
Just looking back at classic vanilla for a second,
Okay.
where warriors are unbelievably overpowered.
No.
Obviously, it looks like a downgrade compared to vanilla.
No, that's not
But
really.
in TBC, Fury is still the best cleave spec in the game. It's maybe the third best AoE spec, and it's one of the strongest single target specs, with an unbelievably strong execute phase if you combine
Very true.
recklessness with your cooldowns and a haste pot.
Absolutely.
Anyway, I'm going to play a couple of clips, and then I'll give some commentary and explanation.
All right, good. Let's hear it.
So first we're going to take a look at Mcconnell, last boss of tier 4.
Very
Amazing
hard
Fury
boss.
warrior fight.
Many
Start the
people
fight,
can never do this boss.
cleaving down the ads.
Clicking on
drop
a
the
rock is
bolts.
impossible.
Try not to pull aggro, but probably will.
It doesn't matter.
And,
See, here's the thing, is that if you pull aggro, it's actually your tank complimenting you, saying you are so good, I literally can't even control you. Really, that's what it is. And the tank is, that's what's going to happen, is as a warrior, whenever you pull aggro and you pop off like that, the tank just has to taunt it back, right? But whenever the boss hits you, you've got plate, you're not going to die, you get a full rage bar. So you actually want to pull aggro. Like, you guys are going to see me doing this a lot in TBC. I'm going to pull aggro from the tank on purpose. It's going to be great. Full fucking rage bar. Full rage. Wait, oh, my teammates can have full rage bar? So am I.
Just bursting them down.
I'll be popping off.
Part of the fight for Fury Warriors, because we've got passive AoE and passive cleave while we
boss
single
immune to
target
taunt?
priority DPS.
Good, that's more rage.
So ideal, really.
Yeah, it's more
Just
rage.
skipping ahead to the last Chandler's coming down. Still,
What's the problem with that?
3 Fury Warriors top of the DPS.
Yeah, look at that. Look at that.
Doesn't mean this.
Look at that raid right there. Three warriors, first place, second place, and third place. It makes sense.
It's always going to be the case, but the point I'm making is the Fury is really good for the first phase. So I've skipped ahead now to later in the fight. Now, what warriors will typically do on this fight to do more DPS is wait for the boss to spawn a fire pool underneath him, which is quite common.
Stand in it.
No, it's not you at the moment.
Stand in the fire, DPS higher.
And stand in the fire to take a debuff to gain more rage.
Yes.
This is tier 4. Being rage starved is quite common.
Yep.
So sometimes you do have to know when to hold rage, when to
stand in the fire, DPS higher, boys. I am going to be taking every mistake is now a strategy. Mistakes become strategies.
Pull it to make the most of your DPS. That's quite an important part of doing good DPS on Fury Warrior in the early tiers, is using your rage wisely when you're in periods of low rage. But as you can see, Warrior and melee in general is performing well in this fight. The Ret Paladins is 2.4.3, and this is a horde guild, so Ret Paladin in 2.4.3 is pretty good.
Yep.
So we've skipped ahead now to the execute phase. I think I'm about to take a fire debuff. So long as your healers know this is taking place.
I actually might have to play Fury, because I was just thinking about this. Like, if I'm raiding with Mcconnell and Mcconnell's doing more damage than me, like, that's all that people are going to be spamming for the entire raid. Like, I might have to go Fury and sabotage my raid just so I can do more damage than Mcconnell will. No, really, because, like, I'll never live that down. Like, after shitting on him for 2 years in Classic WoW, and then, like, him doing better than me in TBC, yeah, like, that's going to be awful.
Be fine. And that's kind of the great thing about Mag Theodon and Grull as a Fury Warrior. Even if you're not intentionally taking extra damage, there's a lot of raid damage going around.
You want to intentionally take damage.
So now we're going to take a look
Always
at Grull.
intentionally take damage.
Single target fight. There's a lot of raid damage that takes place here, but it's also really threat sensitive on the tanks. So the 2 tanks need to be first and second on threat.
Don't worry about that.
So if you watch, we're actually holding our cooldowns. When the guy uses his drums, that's when we're going to pop all our cooldowns and start DPS in. So I'm third on DPS right now. The Hunter went ballistic at the start, but Hunters can reset aggro. But let's just take a look at what takes place.
Hunters are cheating. Yeah, because they have like that buff there. So look at that, halfway through, Warriors number 1.
As you can see,
yeah, there it is, Warriors number 1.
On DPS.
This is a great video.
We lost a Rogue and a Warlock.
Yep.
This Hunter is going to win on the DPS, but I'm there fighting. Fury Warrior is really strong on this fight.
The thing is, like, Hunters might win on DPS meter, but Fury is gonna win overall. Like, Fury is still gonna win, because, like, the thing is, Hunters might come out ahead just a little bit. Nah, because, like, here's what it is. Like, on trash mobs, Fury is really good. Like, and like in raids, I know that trash mobs don't really matter. But do they not really matter? Because you do most of your time you spend on the trash mobs. Like, if you're going to kill the boss anyway, then it matters how long trash mobs are going to take. So what? So what if... Nah, man. Guys, look. Okay. Trash mobs matter. They do matter, man. Professional garbage man. Look. Maybe I just have to go prot. Like, maybe that's the play. Maybe I just go prot and I just avoid the entire problem. Because prot warriors are really, really good in TBC because they have cooldowns. Like, prot paladins, I think, are insane, but they don't have cooldowns like a prot warrior does. Like, a prot warrior has last stand, and they also have shield wall, which is fucking nuts. That's really, really good. So, maybe I might have to go, prot, man. Fuck. You can avoid my problem by playing a gnome warlock. So you think I just say fuck it and just play a gnome warlock instead? Trash doesn't drop gear. Who gives a shit? Yeah, it does. It drops bis gear sometimes. fuck, man. Just go arms with the thing is, you can't dual wield prot in TBC, right? I'm pretty sure that's dead.
You're right. Skip ahead again. So I skipped ahead again. My dreams are about to be shattered.
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna die. Effectively, second tank goes out of range and I get smacked.
That's not his fault.
So I'm gonna get battle res. But
That's not his fault. See that stupid ass bear tank got him killed. So he would have won. He would have won, but the bear was in cahoots with the hunter, and they conspired to get the warrior killed because they didn't want to see a warrior take their rightful place as number 1.
Come on, battle res me. We all know the feeling. Come on.
See, look at that.
Is it battle res?
Embarrassing.
Dreams.
See that? That's how long it took them to battle res because they didn't want him to win.
Okay, let's skip ahead.
See, he even rebuffed himself with elixirs too.
We're finishing it off. Looking a bit rough.
He came back. He's
But I'm
still
second on
second
damage.
DPS.
Had I survived, maybe I would have beaten the hunter.
100% he would have beat the hunter. Hunters suck.
But the point is,
Hunters
Warrior's pretty
suck.
good on this fight.
True. Very true.
Even though I had to hold my DPS at the pull to avoid pulling aggro. And look, Dragon Spine Trophy.
That's for you. That's for you because you deserve that.
It was
Top
not for me.
DPS.
The Enhancement Shaman was the guild master, so the Enhancement Shaman took the Dragon Spine Trophy. No hard feelings. So we're gonna take a look at the.
I like how he explains why the enhancement shaman got it. It's because he's the guild master. It's like everybody just knows. It's like yeah, that's it is what it is.
AoE fight in Karazhan. This is Ilhoof. This fight is the best for warlocks. They will beat Fury Warriors on this fight every single time.
That
warlock. But in this particular group, we did not have a warlock. So
yeah, fuck them. Warlocks are stupid.
This is just passive cleave, passive AoE. I'm DPS.
Remove dungeon limit? I don't think so.
The only thing I'm changing is that I'm
instance
using
cap
cleave
is
instead
gone.
of heroic strike.
Wait,
while
what?
I'm doing pretty good priority single target DPS.
Let me look at this first.
I'm also AoE cleaving passively, and because I'm getting kill blows on all these little imps, I'm also getting victory rush, which hits just as hard as bloodthirst.
Yep.
For free.
For free.
The Warriors
free.
Insane on this fight.
Insane.
The only reason it's not the best class is because Warlock is even more insane.
No.
But as you can see, Fury Warrior is
look at that damage, dude.
On this particular
look at
fight.
that damage on a fight.
So fun.
This is the way every fight should be.
So much fun.
That's the way every fight should be right there. See that?
Okay, we're moving onwards to Fathom Lord Karathras. Now,
what a joke
I
fight.
don't have the full fight to show you the start.
Seed of Corruption?
And the strategy that we
fuck,
used,
I forgot about that.
We used strategy where we'd cleave tank almost all of the fight right at the start.
Yeah, Seed of Corruption was completely overpowered.
2.7k, I think I finished on about 2.6. Arms Warriors can do it as well because they've got Sweeping Strikes, they've got Whirlwind,
true.
They've got Recklessness, and
crazy
they've got
damage,
Death Wish as well.
Absolutely crazy damage.
Is also amazing at the strategy, and Rogues are pretty good as well with Blade Flurry.
Not as good as a Warrior though.
In terms of
look
gear,
at the damage.
A tier 4 Fury Warrior. Rage Steel Shoulders, tier 4 chest. Yes, I've got Dragon Strike and Talon of Ashara, which makes a big difference.
That's a big damage number. Yeah, Talon of Ashara is really good.
The point I'm trying to make is this is not a full best in slot tier 5 or tier 6 warrior going back and doing lots of DPS. This is current content. If you were a tier 6 DPS warrior doing this fight using
this is
strategy,
such a good video. I completely agree with
good
everything in this video.
Good cooldown stack. You'd probably do double or more this kind of DPS in this scenario. Okay, moving on again. This is Monogrib Tidewalker. This fight heavily favors mages and warlocks. They just kick ass on this fight.
Yeah.
But again, Warrior is doing single target DPS while passive cleaving. So you're doing a lot of damage to the boss while you're also gaining a massive amount of DPS from the ads. So Warrior is kicking ass on this fight. I'd say it's probably the third Fury Warrior.
The thing is, you can't compete against a Warlock. Like, I don't think you guys understand how completely fucking broken Seed of Corruption is. Like, Seed of Corruption did as much damage at level 70 as it did at level 80, basically. And even at level 80, it was really strong. It was fucking insane. Like, I remember as soon as I got my Warlock up to like level 65 or something, I queued into an Alterac Valley, and I top damage by like quadrupling everybody else's damage just by spamming Seed of Corruption. That's all I needed to do.
And lastly, for a bit of fun, Curator. He spawns ads throughout the entire fight, so lots of cleave. And he feeds you with rage constantly from damage taken.
That's right.
And the best part is the evocation, where if you've got
that's whenever you pop all your big CDs.
He takes a massive amount of extra damage, and
yes,
Warrior DPS absolutely bursts through the
Fury
roof.
Warrior is insane,
and we've got some overgeared players
in the insane.
Raid, from the same guys in the tier 5 raid, so like tier 4.
Yeah, look at the Warrior's damage.
And the DPS just absolutely explodes. I'm about to pull aggro when I go straight on the boss.
Good.
And die.
Good.
But
what?
Absolute insanity.
Nah, don't worry about that.
And
see that? He just took
so fun.
See that much damage
Fury
he took?
Warrior is the
That's
most
good.
fun spec in TBC.
Absolutely.
And it's good on single target, it's good on cleave, it's good on AoE.
Watch the damage, watch the damage. He's got wreck up.
While it's obviously not as strong as it was in vanilla.
Oh, look at those numbers.
It's overpowered from a cleave perspective.
He shouldn't have gone on that target. That was a waste of his time.
And fun spec to play in Burning Crusade.
Absolutely. Look at that.
Don't reroll Hunter and Warlock if you like playing Fury Warrior, because it's still the most fun spec in the game.
He dies and he's still going to be top DPS.
To be taken to all the raids.
He dies, he's still going to be top
DPS on every fight. You probably won't be.
I will be.
But it's got to be better than sitting there all night pressing Shadow Bolt.
Yeah.
Just think about it.
True.
Keep playing your Fury Warrior. TBC.
True. Very fucking true. You guys are gonna see you're gonna see the Fury Warrior rise. And whenever I play, see, the thing is, you guys are gonna see, you're gonna find out. Like, Fury Warrior is going to rise, and it's going to be amazing.